Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today. As above, so below. This is Satirian Energy. My name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I'm the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. I am truly excited for this particular live. It's kind of a shocker to him. I just told him at the spur of the moment that's why we were actually coming here. But I've been excited. I think he deserves a lot more attention. Many of you guys have been following me for years, and some of you have been following me for a couple months, whatever. But I've been discussing to you guys about the ATRS, the African Traditional Religion, and I have been discussing with you guys about a lot of things that I believe in universal laws. And this is this particular Padrino that I have been pleasure to meet him and be a part of his elate. One of the things I want to talk about on this particular live, Padrino Michael is somebody that we met through Shadow Wolves, and the experiences Minister Mario and I, because first of all, I told you guys Minister Mario got crowned before me, and this is the young man, I call him Eye Candy, very good looking guy, but this is the individual that that crowned Minister Mario. And many of you guys knew some of the things that, because we discussed this on my live, some of the things that we had went through with other Madrinas and Padrinos, and that made the religion look ineffective, and being dishonest and the overcharging and not doing the ceremonies correctly. And so at the point where Shadow Wolves transferred us over to Padrino Michael, and one of the things, because y'all know how I am, I'm a stickler for how people do business. I'm a stickler for how people do things, and because I want things to be done right, I can be very stubborn. I can be very resistant. And one of the things that I personally watched with Padrino Michael is how hands-on he was, how he was very considerate about the condition of Minister Mario, and how he, even in through the process of him going through the ceremonies, because getting crowned Ochosi is a lot of physical stuff that you have to go through. And so the fact that Minister Mario was going through health issues, I mean, Padrino and the elay and those that he had there working was very considerate and assisting him in going through the process. I mean, he had to go into the woods. I mean, he had to go to the river. He had to go through everything else. He had to sit. Yeah, a lot of different things that he had to go through. And so the reason why I say that is that it is important, especially the fact that in his situation, with the health issues that he had, that you have somebody that is considerate and knowledgeable not only of the ceremonies, but also having a heart for the person, and not making it, even though it takes money to do these ceremonies, and it doesn't matter what ceremony you do. But one of the things that me and him had in common is that I paid attention to how he cared for Minister Mario, and y'all know Minister Mario means a lot to me and to this ministry. And so because I needed to get crowned, but I was, because of the experiences that we had already gone through, I was very apprehensive. But watching Padrino Michael go through that process with Mario, calling on him, checking on him, actually building a relationship, because we did not even know Padrino Michael that long. But Padrino Michael was very hands-on, very adamant about things done a certain type of way. And one of the things that he did for me, because I know he picked up on my spirit, he wanted me to be comfortable with what was going on. He said, well, some things I can't let you see, but then other things I want you here, because I want you to know that I got him and I'm going to do things right. And so, and that takes a heart, because sometimes people feel like, well, okay, you're not crowned, you're not a part of religion, you know, they put you out, and that would have hindered my desire to move forward, because without seeing what I did see, I wouldn't have known how he was really handling Minister Mario. And so one of the things that I noticed about him, he didn't violate any of the rules, but where he felt that he could let me be a part of certain things in order for I can have peace of mind that Mario was in good hands, and that he made those concessions. And so a part of what I believe in, a lot of times I'm doing things for people, not because I have to do it, but I want people to feel comfortable. And that's something, and Mother Susan's on the live now, and that's something I told her. She said, well, she asked me this question all the time. She was like, who do you see in the religion that you like will feel comfortable with. Now, this is, he don't know I'm gonna say this, but if I don't trust you with the people I love,
Right.
I don't trust you with me, I'm not gonna recommend you to nobody. When I tell you, he works like he work. The whole time he was up on his feet, and y'all know that when y'all over here coming to my church, I'm constantly on my feet until everything's done. And I told Mother Susan, I said, he reminds me, Padrino Michael reminds me of myself. I said, from the time everything starts until it's all over, he go. He don't stop. He want to make sure this right. Are you okay? Did you get this? Did this person? Like, he stay up on everything. Like, he's really adamant about that. And very knowledgeable. When I say knowledgeable, because he'll tell you about me. But anyway, I'm a study ward. Like, I'm very nerdy. I study stuff. So I'll be asking questions. So one of the things that I asked initially after Minister Mario got crowned, and then I started going through my process, I was like, well, Padrino, can I do this particular Orisha? And he was like, no, you need to do your Ebo first. Then you need to go and receive your Father and Ocha, and then you can go and do the cauldrons and all of that. But because I'm a very determined, aggressive person, and so even though, this is what I want to say about him, even though he made concessions where it was necessary for me to feel comfortable, he did not allow me to miss steps that was necessary for my growth. And when you have a heart for whatever the religion, in this particular situation is Ocha and Santeria, Alakumi, but you can't not do right by your godson or goddaughter just because they're adamant about moving forward. Because I was very aggressive about what I wanted. He was like, no, my son, you got to do this. When you get this done, then we can go there. Then I was asking him about something else, and he's like, wait a minute. You got to wait till your Ocha birthday. And he said, then after that, then we can do it in Sasi. But no, not before. You need to do your Ocha. And it just, why that's important? Because you got to have a heart for people, but you also got to have a heart for the religion.
Right.
And you never allowed me, no matter how aggressive I was, or even the questions I asked, you never allowed me to step past the steps that I needed. Yeah. I hope I'm saying it. When I had to be presented to Anya, I'm still working on it. Anya.
You're doing a very good job.
Yeah. But I was trying to understand, and so I'm the type of person, I don't like to be embarrassed. So I was really upset because I didn't understand. Yeah. And so later on, because I told him, I was like, I just I didn't know these people, and I'm doing, he said, I didn't understand it. So he said, listen, this is what it is. He said, you did fine. But he would take out time with me to help me to understand, because I'm a topic person. I am very adamant. I don't, like, if I don't know something, I don't like walking into stuff. And so I say this because sometimes in religion, they don't care that the person don't understand.
Right.
This is the way we're gonna do it. Boom, boom, boom. And Padrino would like call me anytime, ask me, don't go. You can trust me. If I'm gonna make sure you get what you need. So
you're learning very fast.
Yeah, I'm
so
aggressive.
Very smart. And always when I explain something, boom, you understand. Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
But it's like when I say this about this particular live, it's about having a heart, because according to the Bible, we use the Bible as an example. You can have a zeal for something, you can be excited about something, but you still got to do stuff the right way. And even the transition between going from one Madrina and then you becoming me and Minister Mario's first godfather, and then we had to receive. It was a way that you handled that situation, and it was more me, because I was upset about the situation. It wasn't him or Mario. I wasn't having it. So what he did was he still was very open-hearted about participating everybody. It's just it was actually a ruler that said change everything, because you still was going to allow other people to participate in the crowning, but a ruler said no. And so it ended up, things started happening, and it just worked out the way a ruler said in the first place. Right. But even though he may have a personal problem because he's a Libra, he may have he's not as confrontational as I am. I'm very confrontational. Y'all already know that about me, so it's not explained. But being a, because I tell them, like, in order to be a good leader, I feel, you need to be a good follower.
Right.
And you started out with Minister Mario crowning him. Let me tell you what he did. He said, even though, because at the time I was just, it was Mario was going through the process, I wasn't. And so he said, Mario my son, and you my son. He immediately I know that he's going through the process, but you with him, you my son too. The first, just like he was treating Mario, he started before, and that's what I mean by heart. Yeah. Like, you won me over not because I had made up my mind. You won me over because of how you handled the religion, how you handled Mario, how you handled me. Even though I at that time was not getting crowned, you immediately told me, like, this is your house. Every time I came there, y'all know I'm fun, I don't eat from everybody because that's how I was raised. But you always made me feel comfortable.
And you always have everything ready. When I say, hey, I need something, you say, here, Father. Oh my God, really? Ready to crown. Always be ready. Yeah.
I'm because I tell them I believe in being proactive. And this is another thing that I want to bring up about Padrino Michael. We don't live around the corner from each other.
Yes.
Okay, so sometimes you might be in a situation where you're not in the same city or in the same sometimes country that your Padrino or your Madrina may be at. But this is something that you are very good at communicating.
Yes. Always.
And making yourself available. And there's times that I've called you, you just woke up, and you be like, it's okay, and I could tell that you just woke up. But you always call me back, you always address my issues. One of the things that I noticed that when I got there, not only did you make me feel comfortable, you made sure that the Elay made me feel comfortable. Because people didn't know me, so you were like, this is my son, this is your sister, and you would identify people. You was like, listen, that's your sister, that's it. Yeah, and you would tell me, like, oh, you want something in the fridge? You want, you know, he always was the type of person that was very open-hearted.
It's important that family stay comfortable, you know, and one healing is important to everybody, like, together, like team. But this is important. When you go there, you need something, or you need how you feeling. This is very important. I'm feeling great in your story.
Great. So the thing about it is, guys, it's a lot of people out here that may be legally licensed in OCHA. They might be crowned, but I have experienced a lot of things that could have easily made me not want to deal with Santeria, the OCHA community. Meeting you for a person like me was the best thing, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I love what I was raised of Haitian Voodoo. But I saw how passionate, how assertive you were about the religion, which made me study more. Because and when I came to you about certain things, you were knowledgeable, and I think I can't remember, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right, but I was asking you about a particular Orisha.
Yes.
And you told, I don't know, no, not that one. It was the one that you told me, it was in the house, and you showed me, you said, no, you don't need this one. No. You need to get, right. And so you explained to me why.
Yes.
And you was like, no, you're a child of, oh yeah, you don't need that. If you're going to do anything, you need to get, once you get Centega, that's what you need. You don't need that. And sometimes when you're asking questions and the person that don't love the religion, they're not going to be knowledgeable.
Right.
So you were able to tell me what was going on. Then you addressed what I was actually asking for, how that wasn't good for me, and that what I needed as a child, I needed to get the cauldron of Centega.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you what he does. Just like all y'all been following me, some of y'all been following me for years. Y'all know I go over, if you ask me to go 1 mile, I go 2. So I always go. So even when I received Babalu Aye, St. Lazarus, Padrino Michael has always exceeded what was required. He was like, no, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that, and you're gonna get this. And he didn't want to just tell me, he would explain, you're gonna get this, and this is what this does. And then he would tell me, he's like, this is the secrets in here, this is what this is supposed to look like, and this is why you need this, and this is what it does, right? So, in your opinion, it even being, because you told me that you were like crowned at 11, if I'm not
21 years.
About 21 years. So you've been doing this, and you did your first crowning at what age?
20 or 4. 24.
Yeah.
I crowned when I have 11 years.
11 years?
Yeah, 11 years. My first crown, Obatala.
Obatala. So you are crowned Obatala.
Obatala.
And your mother in Ocha is?
Oba.
Oh, Oba. And what, in your opinion, what is your love for this religion? Like,
I like help people. You know, this is very important when you help and you stay like you created your family with your heart, because sometimes the people are not doing everything with your heart, doing everything with money or something, but you need to give your love to all people and help every problem, every situation. You bring big heart and like peace and everything going great.
So when it comes down to, I mean, because what I did notice about Padrino Michael, and I told him, I watch people like, oh, I was raised by a Virgo, so I pay attention to everything. I watch how you interact with other leaders, other Obas, other Tatas, whether you agree or disagree. I watch you're well connected. In the religion, why is it important to build good relationships with other elders and other? Because when Mario needed to be crowned, you were able to get because like in the religion, like you have to have so many Ochosis, you have to have so many people that participate in your ceremony. And if you don't have a good relationship, you can't call people, even if you got the money, they still won't come. But I noticed that every time you have did a crowning, not only do people show up, they work hard.
Yes.
What is the secret to that? Is that how are you able to get people when they do participate to like put so much effort into those crowning processes?
The important thing in this religion is you create your family, but the point more important is the Oba. The Oba that you create your family, maybe your son, your daughter, and you teach everything correctly, and you created your group. This is important. When you're doing something like Oya, we need to bring like a good song to bring you the ceremony for you. And every Orisha have different ceremony. But you create your team, you create your group, and everybody family. And the more important is the heart. When you feel in the heart and when you feel in the spirit, everything in the crown is very good. But the important thing is the team.
So now, I've told you guys this testimony before. Now, when Minister Mario was going through the crowning, there's a part of the ceremony, I could not be out there, but it's when Minister Mario had to take the arrow, right? So I'm inside, and so they're outside with him. Yes. So they have the bird, right?
Yes, the bird.
And so they got to release the bird. So normally, they have to release the bird, and the child of Ochosi has to try to shoot the bird.
They need the child.
Right? So he actually hit the bird.
bird.
But everybody was screaming. Now remember, I'm on the inside. I don't know what's going on, so I hear all this screaming. So the first thing I thought, he shot somebody. I'm telling you, because when we bought the bow and arrow, it was a real bow and arrow. It wasn't a toy. So it was a real one. So when I heard all the screaming, I was like, oh my God, Mario no shot somebody.
Yeah.
They went berserk. So when you came back in, you told me, I still at the time, like, you was like, he shot the bird. He shot the bird. And I'm like, okay, good, he didn't shoot nobody, but because I didn't understand the ceremony, I didn't understand the process. And at that point, you were explaining to me how that was such good luck and blessing. And you said that nobody in your Ila have ever hit that bird. Mario was the first one to hit that bird.
First one. And 21 years, the first one is Mario. And everybody shot, everybody like excited and applause because he doing the shot to the bird. It's the first time nobody do it.
And it was like, And this is the reason I'm saying this part, Padrino, is just like in my religion, the things I do, not understanding is not a reason to have issues. Because even when I didn't understand, I was able to come to you. You know, I didn't just have a problem or issue and discuss. That's something you told me. If you have a problem, ask me. You know, I want you to talk to me.
Very important.
Why is that important to have a relationship where you can actually talk to your Madrino, your Padrino, your Tata, or any elder?
Very important in all the religion is the communication. Because you need to know to the Godfather, you want how you feeling, how you need it. Oh, I'm feeling comfortable, but and this ceremony, Padrino, I'm not feeling comfortable because I don't understand. You Padrino, you want is supposed to be to explain everything because it's supposed to be you have comfortable because you need to understand. You heard it this clear to doing the ceremony, but the important thing is the communication.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I think one of the because I want y'all to like it's a workable relationship because I have a heart for people. I have a heart for religion, the spirits and stuff, but I also care about how people are treated in a religion. And I remember when I was going through my crowning with you, and you know I was grieving over Mario, and I was going through those processes, and you were very, very understanding. My son came down, and you were actually talking to him, and your dad is okay. Like. It was more than just the ceremony. It was understanding that, yes, I was going through the process, but I was actually internally dealing with some stuff. And you were very up on, you know, putting the mango, doing the cleansing, and making sure that I was okay. And why is that so important? Because you told me this in the beginning. I want to make sure you're happy.
Yes.
Why is that so important?
Because it's only one time, and you're doing your crown, and all your life. Only one time, and we know the Godfather, your godson is very comfortable and enjoy the crown because it's only one time in the life, and everything doing correctly because if you did something wrong, all the life wrong. Yeah.
And it's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
So I was thinking of also how when things started happening and we had a situation that went on, and one of the things that I really like how you handled the situation that I'm about to talk about is I needed another Oba because of the ceremony that I need to go through, and the other Oba could not do it. And your question to me was, are you comfortable?
Are you comfortable with me? Because everything changed. I need you feeling comfortable because it's new people, new Oba, and I think you like it. He's doing very good job, and he doing very communication with us, and all the ceremony for San Lazaro is very good, very good.
And then the thing after the ceremony was done, Padrino still came back to me. He said, "Well, how do you?" Because I was gonna after that I was supposed to go receive the cauldron, right? And that same Oba was gonna give me do the cauldron. And your thing with me was, are you actually comfortable with him? Because now at that point I've had an experience with him, you know, and I actually like the Yaya. I really like her. I really like her. He's crowned 45 years of Eligua, and she's also crowned Eligua. And so yes, and they work as a couple doing ceremony, and I liked her because she's the one that did my Aya that's over here. She did that. And one of the things I wanted to bring up, because we talked about this when we was in the cemetery, but why is it so important that you have long-term relationships with people? Because one thing I've noticed about you, no matter how, because I'm impulsive. So I'll like, Padrino, can we do this? And he was like, hold on, my son, I'll call you back. But I noticed that no matter what I've asked you to do for a ceremony for me, that it did not take you long to arrange it. That was from Mario's, because when we originally came to you, we were told that it was going to happen on those dates and blah, blah, blah. And you looked at everything that we had got and everything, and you said, you know what, ready to crown. And so you asked us then, you was like, well, what is it? What dates do you want? And it was the exact date that we had already picked. But even in my situation, because I've asked you different things to do, and you were able to get those ceremonies done, and people showed up, did their job. Like, that's why I was saying, having a heart for real. But why is it, to you, in your opinion, why is it important to have those long-term relationships and not burning bridges or making bad, not paying people or whatever it is? Why do you think that's so important?
I think everything, we need looking solution to every issue where you have, because everything in the life is not good. When you have any issue, you need to try to find somebody when you're important, or somebody knows you, doing very fast. Okay, I go with you. Okay, we need working. And you always have like communication with everybody, and you try to find somebody to fix it, the issue. The example you have bought, somebody not coming, and we try to find somebody very fast and somebody working, and everything very good. Right. The important thing I think is the heart. A lot of people don't have a good heart for the religion, and when you give your love to a lot of people, you don't receive back the love. But everything, God, el agua, ollao, batalá, wash everything, and you know, day by day you see them.
So one of the things that I shared with a lot of them, I feel that economically, when it comes to money, that a lot of people don't understand the cost to practice this particular religion. In my opinion, Haitian Voodoo and Ocha is the most expensive financial. Every religion costs money, but it really costs money. Why is it important to be prepared financially if this is a road that they're supposed to be on or supposed to design? It's not about the money, but how can you properly serve the Orishas if you don't have the resource or the people to pay to participate in your ceremony? Why is the money important that they should consider that before getting involved into this religion?
The money is important because every Orisha has different ceremony. And sometimes the Orisha needs something, and you need doing something for the Orisha, because if you're not doing correctly the ceremony. But the more important Orisha, well, we have a lot of ceremony. Oh yeah, the Orisha, and all the Orishas is very expensive because we need found the animal, the plants, the food, and everything, but always have like big price.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that one of the things that like some people are squeamish about animal sacrifices. Yeah. Not me. I definitely wasn't that problem. It was more why is it that animals are part of the sacrifice?
Because the Orisha need it to the speaking. It's a lot of ceremonies we're doing with the animal because the Orisha need wait for the blood, and we need doing something with the animal like food, to everything, for the Orisha can speaking. You know, this is like power for the like when have like secrets. Right. It's secrets when we doing with the animal to go and speak with somebody.
So the animals allow the communication.
Yeah, the communication.
And I'm gonna kind of tie that in, and it's just the same way why we say ancestor, what we're really saying bloodline.
Yes.
And so the ancestors speak through the blood, and the Orishas speak through the blood. It's just the blood of the sacrifice. So the reason why I say this is because if you don't understand why certain things are done, then you watch television or Hollywood or read books, and then you hear all these negative things, or horror flicks, I should say, about the religion, when the truth of the matter it's the same thing about your body. Your body needs blood to live, you know, and without the blood flowing throughout your whole body, then your organs can't work. So it's a science. And do you think people should be talking about Ocha or Santeria that are actually not in it? Should they be, if you're not a part of something, should you be speaking on that?
A lot of people speak something about the religion, because I think all people is speaking to different religions, but no, the people know about the religion. The people don't know about what you do and everything, and doing something like life, and no understand. Okay, it's supposed to be. I don't know about the Indian religion, but why I go speak with the Indian religion? Because I don't know about the Indian religion. And somebody, the people lie and they speak, oh my God, he's doing that one. That one, no, you're doing correctly, you're doing good job. Yeah.
So one of the things that I want you guys, if you decide to get crowned, or let's say if they don't decide to get crowned and they want to give offering, because I've had people say, well, I'm not initiated, can I give offering?
Yes.
What type of I shouldn't say what type of offering, but what is the offering represent? When you give an offering to, sometimes you tell you get some flowers or X, Y, Z. Like, what does the offering symbolize?
The offerings, the first offerings, the ocha is like one plate, 2 coconuts, and 2 candles. The oricha understand you need help and everything, but every oricha has every different offering. Or watala, like milk, like elecua candy, and yamaya, like watermelon, like babalua wine. There's different kind of the offerings, but if you do it with your heart, I think everything's going well.
So to me, the reason I say this, because it doesn't matter if it's Ocha or working on Orisha.
Yes.
It is important to understand, because if you have a heart for the religion, then you should understand how to give that offering. It's a lot of people out here telling people to do Ebo, and if you don't have the knowledge, then how can you direct somebody what to give Oya? Well, if you didn't understand Oya, how could you tell me how to give offering? I remember asking you about the situation with Ochosi, and you were telling me about getting a pomegranate, and how to set it up. I ain't telling you all that part, but how to set it up in my with my Ochosi, and Mario was a part of my Ochosi. So the reason you're able to guide me and give me the right information is because you actually know. And I feel that a lot of people are being confused by other people because they really don't know. And so people are taking their word for it because they're ignorant, but there's results behind offering. My cleansing, the cleansing we did with Mario, we did this, it was with the Babalu Aye. And I had never I've worked with Babalu Aye from a voodoo perspective. But when I seen you, had never seen that. So you told told us what to bring, right? So we're going through the ceremony. So I'm standing there. So my other god brother was there. So I was on one side of Mario. You was on the side. Then I saw you on the floor. And I'm like these floors are hard. this night, like. There's a certain way you had to do the ceremony. Right? I learned this after the fact, right? So I'm just watching you, right? So he's crawling with Babalu Aye in his hand. So everything is going in a circle, and I could feel the spirit. I could feel the energy coming off of that. It was like really, really strong, right? So I want people that are godsons or goddaughters to understand why it is important, even when you don't understand, even when you have difference of opinion, how to still treat your Padrino or your Madrina, because we still all represent it. And if we walk out of these spaces being negative, then we say that negative stuff to somebody that don't know what's going on, why. And then it's like, well, why would I get involved in the religion when you said that all they had you doing was with the chickens and the goats and doing all this stuff and nothing ever happened? Why do you think that our relationship, because we've had difference of opinions, but why do you think that our relationship is still what it is today in spite of what was trying to happen? What do you think happened with me and you that other people need to know?
I think with both relationships went very well, And always we have communication. This is why when Mario doing something with Baba Luaye, when you explain, we stay on the floor because it's like sacred, you know. We trying to pray, we try to hopefully everything going well. This is part of the ceremony. But Baba Luaye understand when you have you need your feet on the floor and everything. But I think both relationships going very good because you always ask me and everything. The more important is the respect. You respect me, I respect you, and we have very good communication. This is very important with the godfather and son and daughter, and try to explain everything correctly because the war going day by day. Maybe one day you go to the other house and you understand why the people on the floor, why I did doing this one because my Padrino told me. I know it's very different because every house has different things, but everything you know, you're doing.
I think that one of the things that helped me to continue my journey with you is honesty. You are very, you explain, but you're very honest and you're direct. And as much as Padrino seems soft-spoken, and y'all know how aggressive I can be, he doesn't budge. Like, if he tells me that it has to go a certain type of way, it's not going another way. He's not gonna be loud like me, he's not gonna be aggressive like me, but I like the fact that personality has nothing to do with your love for the religion. You still, you're very soft-spoken, but you still stand your ground. And I had a situation that was going on, and you could have easily told me, I know I told you this, but I'm gonna have to counsel. And that's the confidence that I needed to see in you, standing up for me as your godson. And I'm saying this to all you guys, that when your Tata, your Mambo, your Padrino, your elders stand up for you, a lot of times they start going through things. That when you make a decision to stand your ground as a leader or elder for a godchild, and other people have problems with that, you know, this is my feeling. I feel like as a son, I'm supposed to support you in that, because you stood up for me. Now I need to stand up for you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that where I had peace of mind, it also gives you peace of mind, because I feel like people want you to do certain things for them, but they don't reciprocate that to you, and they just want you to be on the giving end. A lot of times people talk about people being ripped off, but you have been ripped off. You know, as a Padrino, like people have literally taken advantage of you. You going out your way for them, and then they get what they want, and then you like, where, you know? I mean, honestly, how I know you say like, you know, the spirits will take care, but honestly, from the heart, how does that feel when you put that kind of time and energy into somebody?
I'm feeling very bad because I doing my big heart to somebody to help or some problem or some issue, and you know me, and I doing everything, money, no money, heart, no heart, but sometimes the people don't pay like how you do it with your heart. And I know I'm feeling very bad because I doing all my love and I doing all my heart, and I not receive that. But I think you're doing very good because always you bring me love and you always tell me what I needed or something. But sometimes the people know like you.
I think, but don't you think it? Because if we're family, because to me, I would behave like this if we were in voodoo, if we were doing root work, if we were doing hoodoo. Because if it's about relationship and family, the religion is just a vehicle. And if I got a heart for you as a father, or if you have a heart for me as a son, it don't matter that it's Ocha. It doesn't matter if it's voodoo. It should still be the same. And we still have to eat. We still have to live. And I've noticed how you sacrifice. You didn't tell me to say this, but like in certain ceremonies, you receive a direction. And a lot of times you spend that direction right back into the ceremony to make sure you want to make sure everything's done, everything's correctly. And a lot of times people think that you're sitting on all this money. Because but it's the truth, because of what it costs, they actually think you're sitting on all this money. Yeah. And so therefore they're like, it's almost like when you go to a restaurant, oh, I paid you so I don't have to tip you. The business get that money, not the waiter. Yeah. The tip is for your appreciation of the service that the waiter or waitress gave, right? And one of the things that I have taught them that I also with you is I don't want a transactional relationship with you. I want a family relationship with you. So when I feel like you're dealing with something, I'm going to help you in that. Yes. And when I'm dealing with something, you make sure I'm okay. And so a lot of people miss out because they're so bent on, I paid you this, I paid you that. That's a transactional relationship. Because there's times you're doing stuff that you didn't get paid for. And nobody gives you anything for that. You know what I'm saying? And thank God he's young and good looking. But the point is you shouldn't be spending your derecho because you still have to live. But sometimes people take it for granted as though you're supposed to. When that's not how it really works. Because you still have your Orisha to feed. You still have things that you need to do. And I think that as a Libra, he is always looking out for other people. Yeah. And I don't like, it's my opinion, how he's treated a lot of times. And I don't get interfered with it, but and I'm saying it because sometimes even my members in my church or whatever, they can be upset about how I'm being treated. But I have never overstepped with you. I'll tell you how I feel, but I've never told, oh, Padrino, don't deal with this person, or Padrino, don't do this, or, whatever I'm going to do by you, I do it by you, and then I let you handle the elay. And one of the things as knowledgeable as you think I am, I've always shown respect when it comes to you. And if you tell me to go somewhere or do something, that's what I do. I don't do more or less. When you have a gifted godchild, why is it important for that godchild, in spite of their gift, talent, resources, knowledge, whatever, to still be respectful, where you're not feeling like, okay, ever since he got this, he's been, he's doing this, and I told him don't do that. Now he's over there messing with these people. You know what I'm saying? You've never had that experience with me. And I think he's over a year with me, my crowning, but with Mario, it's about 2 years. About 2 years. What is even though I'm gifted and I have things going for myself, what makes you comfortable with me when it comes down to me respecting you as a Padrino?
I think when with the team and with the family, we need support together. Mm-hmm. When everybody support together, I think everything going well. I know when I have party or when I have something ceremony in my home, when you go there and I told you, hey, my son, help me do that, and you help me, it's supposed to be, we need to stay like everything together because it's the power. When everything doing together, all the family doing, it's more a strong power, and I think everybody, and especially you, always when I need something, you doing when you are, and you don't have any excuses. Sometimes the people give you excuses, but I never receive that from you and for other people. I never receive that. But we need to do it because we're the team. When we together, with the power.
I think this live is for people that really love their religion, whatever that tradition is, and to care about how it is perceived by other people, because they watch how we handle each other, right? It's no different in the church. People judge the church by how they handle each other. Same thing with Old Child, same thing with Voodoo. It's how the family act determines how people see the religion, right? And I think that one of the things that I love about this experience is that I'm able to come back to my congregation. This is for Padrino, first time in my church.
First time.
And
doing very well.
He's able to see his teaching and a lot of the how I did things because of how you taught me. And then I was like, okay, and then I put my own jazz on it, y'all know. But it was really because he was sharing. Because if you weren't sharing, I wouldn't have known. And you was like, okay, you need to do it like this. You need to do 9 here. You can do it. And you would always tell, okay, with that, don't put them candles like that. Put one candle there. You would always tell me how to do it. And then I think that when I want you to understand that you are appreciated, not only by me but by my congregation. A lot of the people that work with me and assist me, I always talk about you in my lives because I've had really bad experience. I talked to you about that. And when I say bad experiences, I told him I feel that Mario could have been crowned 2 years prior if we had met you. We had people giving us the runaround, had me spending money just because they knew his situation. It felt like if they keep basically trying to drain my pocket. And one of the things that I've noticed about Padrino, Michael, he always lets me know why certain things need to be done. And he never forced me to do it. He said, well, you can't do this until you do that, but this costs this. And so I would say, how much? That's my thing. I was like, how much? So, because I have to have numbers. I have to have numbers in my head. And so, I'm always, and then I was like, okay, what do we need? So, and the reason I'm saying that, guys, because we, like, maybe almost 3 hours difference, sometimes you can't just run to the store, right? So I try to make sure I have everything that he needs to do the ceremony. And the reason I bring that up, guys, is I try to make his job as easy as possible when it's already a hard job. Since I'm not doing the ceremony, I feel like as a son or a part of the elect, the biggest support I can do is to give you the tool where you're not stressing about certain things, that you can actually focus on whether we're doing Eligwa, whether we're doing about the lot, and okay, I ain't worried about it because my godson or my son gonna take care of this, and that. And so one of the things that Mario done and I done, because I taught him, is to make your job easier. And it ain't none of it's easier, but easier. And as a Padrino and as a godfather, how do you, when somebody is actually doing those parts, does it make your job easier when they're actually making sure you have the stuff you need?
Yeah, this is the stuff is more important when somebody like initiated in the religion, but I have contact everywhere and a lot of people know me. And if you need something, I call to somebody, hey, I need flowers. I have contact everywhere. And when I need something, I only do it myself and do it. Yeah.
Now, I'm also gonna bring this now. I had this right here. I told you all that
real tiger.
This is real. He said tiger. It's tiger. Tiger.
Right, tiger.
Your original your original you're really from Venezuela. Venezuela. So still got the accent. But let me explain to y'all this. So I had talked to Padrino Michael Iris. I was like, I want to get lion. I kept saying lion. He's like, no, you need tiger.
Yeah.
He was like Tigger. You know the like Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. That's what it sounded like when he said Tigger. So he was like, he said we had originally showed me some pieces and you let me pick out which one I want. So I had different stuff. He said this is real Tigger, and so he said, but this is what he did. He's like, you know what? He said, I want to give this to you.
Yeah.
He said, this is first. He was like, son, it's very expensive because it's real tiger, blah blah blah. So I was like, I don't know, I want it, blah blah blah. So somewhere down the process, he comes back. He's like, no, I want to give this to you.
From my heart.
Yeah, from his heart. So this is a really expensive gift that he blessed me with, and not only do I appreciate it, the love that you show, but it's things that, because my clientele and people that serve with me, they know that I do things, I give them certain things, right? And not what they pay for, but I do certain things, and you do that as well. It's not just with me, but when we do parties, the people that work, you always giving them gifts, and you pay, and you give really nice gifts. And guys, when I tell you that, sometimes I sleep with this. It is really refreshing. You know, my particular platform is seen all around the world. I'm not a man of flattery. I don't say stuff I don't mean. I think that you're an exceptional man. I think that you do the practice a great justice. I feel like the greatest injustice to you is that your kindness has been taken for weakness, and a lot of people miss out on what you have to offer because they're so busy trying to take from you. You know, you are very perceptive about people. I'm not as calm as you are about stuff. I'm never gonna be. But you're very aware. And a lot of times people don't realize how aware you really are. And so if I'm aware, you're gonna know I'm aware because I'm gonna say something. But he's not. 9 times out of 10, Padrino won't say nothing. But I say this because I wouldn't be able to do this part of my program or my platform if it wasn't for you. If you had not done right by Mario, had not crowned him correctly, then crowned me correctly, I could not help these people on the level that I'm helping them. And a lot of times he's like, because you told me, oh, that's my job, my son. But yes, even though it's your job, it's a lot of other people's job, but they don't do it. And I think that I wanted you to know to my platform how much you doing right by Minister Mario and me, that it allowed me to do right by them because I have proper licenses. I have proper Orishas, and I'm able to do the ceremonies correctly. Yeah. And you have done this for a lot of people that have not given you your just due. I feel like this year and in this platform that I'm on, you are going to get a lot of just due. The honor and the respect, the love and reciprocation. Because I feel like what you went through recently was to get rid of the weeds. So you can get people in your life that want to see you win, that want to see you happy, to see you complete. You're very good to people, and I think this time around with this platform and with other people that know you, especially if I got something to do with it, you know, to treat you right, you know what I'm saying, and to do right by you, just like my flock, and they do right by, not everybody, because everybody don't do right by me, but majority of people do right by me, and it makes a difference because it makes you feel like what you did was worth it. So as a Padrino, when you look back on your godsons, your goddaughters, and they're doing well, how does that make you feel? What does that do for you?
The important for me, all my sons and all my daughters, they look good, and all the issues, all the problems, more and more better every single day. But I think I do everything correctly, and all my sons and all my daughters, and I receive the blessings back. This is important thing, because what I told you before, all the orishas see everything what you do. The important thing is you're doing everything correctly, because when I crown, I'm looking my grandfather to do everything correctly to me. Why is somebody doing something correctly for me while I'm not doing something correctly for other people? You need doing something correctly for them. Yeah.
I hope that many of you guys that want to get into any ATR, do I believe that a person being knowledgeable is important? Yes. Do I believe that a person being gifted is important? Yes. Do I believe that a person being able to financially take care of everything, all that's important. But if you don't have a heart for people or the religion, it's gonna turn out very different. You're gonna always recognize when somebody has a love for something. You're gonna always recognize, and I know that even people, when they see you, even when you have a love for them, they see it as a weakness. For whatever reason, people see people that love what they do as a weakness because they feel like they can easily manipulate them. But those are the worst people to hurt. A child that has a heart and God and the spirits love that child, and you hurt them or you deceive them or you try to use them, whether you call it karma, whether you call it reaping what you sow, whether you call the bad energy that you get. Yeah. And one of the things that because I told you guys, because I do this with my Padrino. I know that he's crowned Mafedi Fum Obatala, and I know he's crowned Mafedi Fum Oba. So when I bless him, I know I'm getting blessing from Obatala and Oba. When you understand energy and what and the fact that he actually loves the religion, it intensifies the blessing. You know what I'm saying? You never lose being a blessing to the energy that you honor and respect. To go into a covenant with somebody, distrusting them, or go into something that your heart is not there, I feel like you do yourself a disservice. I feel like when I'm doing what I'm doing with you, I feel good. And I feel that you feel good when you do for me.
Yes.
And that energy exchange. And when you guys are out here helping me do what I do in my platform, maybe you think that a lot of the money that I generate, I'm always doing for other people. I'm not sitting on money. I'm not just saving money because there's so much work to be done. And I say again, Ocha is very expensive. It's beautiful, but it's very expensive. Voodoo, Haitian voodoo is very expensive. Every religion, Palo, it's all. But those religions, you got to be able to generate a certain amount of money. And that's just what it is. What you call it, derecho, don't matter. And you need to be prepared and go in with your heart. When I say your heart, you should have a heart of understanding. And listen to people that are telling you what it's like on the inside, so you will be more realistic, and then you won't mistreat people like this or myself, and then lose out on such a blessing, because once they start elevating and they start growing, and just because I see him or he sees me, if you don't have it in your heart, you're never going to treat him right. If he don't have it in his heart for me, you're never going to treat me right. That's why it matters. If you don't have good intentions from the get-go, you're not going to do right by people. I don't care if it's Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi. And one thing he know about me, not only do I don't owe him anything, he don't owe me anything, but even the situation I had, they can never say I owe them. Yeah. I always pay my way. Mario don't owe nobody nothing. Take care of business. The Bible says, owe no man nothing but love. You need to make sure that when you are serving in a house, that you're doing right by yourself, so you can be a supporter. Because if I can't help myself, I can't help my Padrino. Yeah. If I can't do right by myself, I can't do right by my Padrino. So your first heart, your first love should be for the God or the spirit that's inside of you. Because if I can do right by my spirit, then I can do right by his spirit. If I don't lie to my spirit, I'm not going to lie to his spirit. And I want to say this before we go. Padrino Mike will tell you this. I'm a bit much. So when we initially met, it was Mensa Mario and me. And we had a situation going on. And I told you, and I'm going to say this again because I said this on my live when you weren't here, so since you're here. And I told you this. I'm not starting a relationship with you lying. I told you everything that was said. I told you everything. Why is being honest with your Tata, Mumbo, Hugon, or just saying, why is that so important, do you think, that being honest?
Always you need to be honest, because if you're doing honest with the people, you need to receive honest with the people. This is what you say, you don't have big heart, you can receive big heart. Everything in the world is like, if you do, you receive, because if you do love, you receive love. If you do it honesty, you receive honesty. But a lot of people not doing that this year, I don't know, but the world is a little bit people like you, a little bit people like me doing something with the heart and the honesty. But I think, I don't know what's going on with the people.
One of the things I would say that, because I always tell them that I'm not out here saying I got something that I done. You sat with me through my nieces, you sat through my ETA, all of that. And when I tell people that I was born with the spirits that I have, did that not show up in my ETA? Did that not show up in my nieces? Why? Because the reason I'm bringing that up is because there's so many people out here on these social media saying they got this, they were born with this. The truth is, if those spirits are not there, they don't show up in your nieces. If those spirits are not there, they're going to show up in your ETA.
Yes.
Go ahead, sorry.
I think when we born in the religion, it's the same in the life. You have ancestors, you have the spirits, and always in your misa and always in your ita, Facundo come to say, hey, I'm here, I'm the spirit, like principal spirit. Everybody have principal spirit. This is what we do in the misa first, because the misa first is like contact with the ancestor. And the ancestor coming to say who is the spirit, what you need to do. And the same what the spirit say, the same what the Ocha say. But it's very important, the spirituality, you know. But I think everything in the Misa, we need to do it correctly.
It's important, guys, that you not exaggerate your spirituality. And because without my spirituality, I could not help people.
Yeah.
And I have confirmation about my spirituality. And one of the things that I had, in my personal experience, before I could proceed with Ocha, I had to take care of my voodoo side, you know, so, because they weren't having it. It's like, no, we gonna be first and then everybody else. And I like how you handled that with me. You did not push over that. And the reason I'm saying that, guys, is because there are gonna always be people that will tell you they got this, they got that. If you have energy there, I don't care what religion, they're gonna recognize it. If you got an answer, if your grandmother is showing up, your father, whatever, if they're your protectors, they're gonna show up. They're gonna show up. And I'm gonna say this: you have to have somebody that you could trust with that kind of information. I feel like Misas and ETAD are just like somebody sitting in the medical facility, and they know your blood type, they know your health concerns. You need to be able to trust people with that information. I've never had issues with you knowing my personal setup spiritually that everybody in my Elay knows it. Like, and so I think that it's also important that you have people that you can trust when you're doing that investigation to make sure how to, this is, because I don't know if you remember this is the pot, that pot right there, that the lady saw, and she was like, wait a minute, you got another pot. And I kept saying, like, I don't have another pot. And I didn't, later on I told you, I remember, I was like, oh, I got a pot at the church that I was working. And so it just, sometimes in the midst of you may not remember. And some things may seem like, remember she was telling me that I was dressed in black, right? I didn't realize that was actually going to be Babalu Aye, that I was going to be in black. But at the time she was saying that, she was like, well, you don't dress in black? I'm like, no. But later on, yes. Because it was right after that I went through the ceremony with Babalu Aye and found, I hope I'm saying it right, Alua. And that was my path. I'm getting better. That was my path, which was black, and carry of the bodies in the cemetery. So these are the things I wanted to bring out, because without you being the type of person you were, with the person that I am, I don't think that I would have went this far in Ocha. To be very honest, I probably would have been in warfare with somebody, because a lot of the stuff that I see, I would not have tolerated. And you have been exceptionally professional. You have been on point with your service, and you have satisfied my my knowledge and quest for knowledge. And you, let me show you this, y'all. This came from Francisca. That's his Francisca. She actually gave me that. I know he was looking at like, why do you have my skirt? But I was at the party, and Francisca came down and mounted Padrino, and she wanted me to have this, and I have it for my altar. But there's various of things that you show love towards me, and I'm not, and I hope that I reciprocate that in a way that you know that you are appreciated, not just for your service, but for how you treat me as a person. And that's very, very important to me, and it's very important to the people that support me, and I try to do the same for them. It's a lot of work. You travel a long way to come here today to be with Mario. Got emotional, I had to walk off from you. But it was, I really thank you for taking out the time to travel down here, to be with me, spend some time with me, spend time with Mario, actually come to the church and kind of see, he's been here. But it just, and to do this, because I sprung this on him, he had no idea I was doing it. I had intention, I had premeditated this whole situation, but I didn't know how the day was gonna go, but I wanted to, I have a lot of love for my social media, and I wanted them to see some of the viewer behind the scenes helping me go through the process and why this stuff is so important to me. Because if you're gonna help people, you got to have the right people behind it, you know. And if you want to be a part of something, you got to be able to trust people. And it's not easy to find, and we both can admit that it's really not. And even us, sometimes you think you found somebody you can trust, and then later on you find out like, oh wow, okay, I trust them too much, and they disappoint. But you still have such a love for their region. What is the love that? Where do you think that love you have for them come from? Because you don't have another religion.
No, I have only Santeria. Yeah. But I think when I'm boring, my heart's coming with the Santeria. Mm-hmm. When you're boring, you know the spirit know where you're going. You follow voodoo or whatever you wanna do. But I think where I'm boring, my family and everything coming to the Santeria, and when you initiate it, everything going more to it. Yeah.
So your love, what about it do you love? What is it? The crowning? Is it the miracle?
Everything.
Like, everything.
Everything, but the more important is help to the people. Help to the people, because I know a lot of people need help in the world, like something with help, something with problems. But when you crown, when you see everything change, you stay more better. Say, oh my God, I helped my son, everything going more better, and I think very good.
I really appreciate you guys tuning in today and being a part of this. I hope that many of you guys, if you decide to get into Santeria, voodoo, become a hoodoo worker, or just participate generally, especially on my platform, that you understand why I'm always thanking the people that have a lot of heart for me. Because, you know, and when you do this, you take a chance to get hurt. You know, I mean, when you put your heart out there, that's what it is. But it has never deterred me from a love for the practice. It's just I love, since I've been actually practicing up under you and learning Ocha up under you, I love how you beautify things. Now, Libra is Venus. Padrino is all about beauty, things, balance. I love the way he does stuff. So one of the things I want you to come back, because I want you to drape this shirt. Once I get everything set up and I do my party, you know, I did what I could do, but I love how you drape everything. So we're gonna have him come back and do his thing, and hopefully that he doesn't mind coming back here doing a party with the church. If you guys want to come and participate, I'm gonna find out his schedule, but we're gonna treat him good and make sure he has a good time. But I want this area to see what it is about Santeria and not just a botanica. You know, and what it is to love on their reaches and their reaches love on you. Because you've made this part of my life a very good experience that I had a lot of bad experiences. And I thank God that I met you through the means that I did in Mario. And so he's crowned my faithful Ochosi. And we thank God for you being the one that crowned him. And I know I thank God that he crowned me my faithful Oya, so Yanza, as some would say. But thank you so much for showing us so much love.
And too much pleasure. Thank you. And too much pleasure to everybody who found my son.
Love you. Appreciate you guys. Make sure that you hit the like button, super chat, Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, however, those that, I'm on vacation this week. Padrino came down today because he got to fly out, and so for Father's Day, but we're going to be celebrating not only my biological father, but my father in Ocha, and to all of those that are supporting me. This is what I do, and I was hoping that I had an opportunity for him to come and share in one of my lives, and I want you to understand that I'm not just telling you to do something, but I'm doing it as well. So we really, really appreciate you. My church family loves you, not as much as I love you, but yeah, Mario loves you, as you know, and we are very thankful that our ministry has you as our Padrino. Okay? Thank you. Much love to each and every one of you guys. God bless.
Very good.